Hello viewers. Today we are going to discuss about design stress strain curve of concrete under uniaxial compression. There are certain prerequisite concepts. Those are partial safety factors and concept of stress and strain. Let us look at some of the experimental work that has been carried out to investigate compression behavior of concrete. This is how typical stress strain curve of concrete with varying strengths look like. I have taken this from a reference which is mentioned on the left hand side bottom of this slide. Here the stress is plotted on y-axis in unit KSI. Its conversion into MPa is given on right hand side. MPa is megapascals. Strain is mentioned on x-axis. Each of this number on strain axis is to be multiplied by value 10 power minus 3, and we are aware that this strain is unitless. So what do we learn from this stress strain behavior of concrete with different strengths? As you can observe, irrespective of the maximum compressive strength or maximum compressive stress that a concrete mix can reach, all the concrete mixes have shown peak stress occurring at the value of strain equal to 0.002. There is another observation. As long as the ultimate compressive stress of concrete lies between 15 MPa to 60 MPa, fairly the concrete fails at the value of strain equal to 0.0035. So we understand the strain at which any concrete mix is going to exhibit the highest value of stress and the ultimate strain. These two values are independent of grade of concrete, and these two values are 0.002 and 0.0035 respectively. We make one more observation. Within strain range 0 to 0.002, the stress varies as a parabolic function of strain, and from 0.002 to 0.0035, the drop in stress is marginal. So therefore the descending branch of stress strain curve can safely be idealized as constant value. So based on our understanding from experimental behavior of concrete under compression, the best possible idealization of stress strain curve of concrete in compression would be something like this. So I have plotted all the relevant properties that we learned from experimental investigations here. So as you can observe, from strain equal to 0.00 to 0.002, the stress strain behavior is parabolic. The peak stress occurs at the strain value of 0.002, and the descending branch of stress strain curve has been idealized as the constant one, and the ultimate strain that the concrete will take is taken as 0.0035. Now this stress strain curve should be obtained by testing a standard size concrete cube in a laboratory. What is this standard size concrete cube? It is 150 mm by 150 mm by 150 mm. But as you will understand that it will be very difficult to measure strain along the longitudinal direction or along the loading direction on a cube because of space crunch. Therefore, typically in laboratory, we test concrete cylinder under uniaxial compression. The dimensions of the cylinder will be 150 mm diameter and 300 mm height. What is the consequence? The consequence is cube strength is reduced by certain factor. Therefore, as experimentally observed, cylinder strength is typically 0.85 times the cube strength. So look at this stress strain curve once again. If the stress strain curve was obtained using the test performed on concrete cube of standard dimension, it would be shown by this blue line. and it will have characteristic strength FCK. So what is FCK? FCK is the characteristic compressive strength of concrete. But as we are going to perform the test on cylinder, therefore the strength would drop down by certain amount and it will become 0.85 times FCK. So the stress strain curve marked in a maroon color here represent the stress strain curve obtained for cylinder. But whenever we specify the value of FCK, we specify it by testing the cubes. Therefore, this cube stress strain curve is reduced to cylinder stress strain curve by applying factor of 0.85. Now, though we are going to test cylinder here, in reality, the beams, columns, foundations are going to exhibit different shapes. So we have to take into account what happens to the strength if we change the shape. There is a lot of research literature available on this, which gives you the insights on the strength of concrete respecting its size and shape effect. So therefore we introduce another empirical factor of 0.8 here, and we multiply 0.85 by that 0.8, and we obtain a new stress strain curve which has the maximum strength, compressive strength of 0.67 FCK. So that 0.8 factor takes care of size and shape of actual structures. Now, to this stress strain curve, now we need to apply partial safety factor for material or for concrete. As prescribed by IS 456-2000, the partial safety factor for material concrete is 1.5. Now the question that we're going to ask is, should we apply this factor of safety to stress values as well as strain values, or should we selectively apply it only to stress values? So to answer that question, we know for sure that the strain at which the peak stress is going to occur is 0.002, and the ultimate strain is ought to be 0.0035. So if we apply the partial safety factor to strain, and if we reduce these values by 0.002 by 1.5 and 0.0035 by 1.5, we are deviating from the experimental observation which is pertinent. Therefore, to arrive at design stress strain curve of concrete in uniaxial compression, we will not divide the strain values by partial safety factor for material. We will only divide the stress values, and we will obtain a design stress strain curve. So the stress strain curve marked in red is design stress strain curve for concrete under uniaxial compression. The maximum stress that it can reach will be 0.45 FCK. Point to summarize, note that we have applied partial safety factor only to stress values and not to strain values, owing to the fact that the values of 0.002 and 0.0035 must be untouched because those are experimentally obtained values. Now there are certain questions that we are going to raise. To obtain this stress strain curve, what must be the rate of loading? In other words, does rate of loading have effect on this stress strain behavior? And the second question is, under the action of sustained load for years, does this stress strain curve remain same, or are there going to be any changes? These two questions we will answer in the subsequent videos of this lecture series. So let us summarize what we discussed today. As you can see, under uniaxial compression, concrete behaves in such a manner that the peak stress would be reached at the strain value of 0.002. Ultimate strain will be 0.0035 irrespective of grade of concrete or irrespective of value of FCK. Second summary point, from strain 0 to 0.002, the concrete behaves in parabolic fashion such that if I draw tangent to this parabola at the strain value of 0.002, it is going to be parallel to the strain axis. Summary point 3. So therefore, we have three conditions here. Stress at strain equal to 0 is 0. Stress at strain equal to 0.002 is equal to 0.45 FCK. And slope of tangent drawn to this stress strain curve at 0.002 is 0 if the strain is plotted on a horizontal axis. Knowing these three conditions required to calibrate the equation of parabola, we can easily write down equation of parabola, that is stress as a function of strain within the range 0 to 0.002. From 0.002 to 0.0035, the stress remains constant, and that is 0.45 FCK. So with these summary points, we will close today's discussion. Thank you.